confirmed, at least not with us, that it was Lauren that they found. Are you holding out any hope right now?
I hope, but...
You hadn't heard anything about the body until you were talking to us?
No. As far as any of us, they were still trying to just find her.
This is the story of Lauren Giddings. Born in April 18th, 1984, in Tacoma Park, Maryland. Eldest of 3 sisters. First person in her entire family to attend college. The kind of daughter every parent dreams of having. Lauren wasn't just smart, she was driven. After high school, she headed to Agnes Scott College, graduating in 2006 with a degree in political science. But that wasn't enough for her. She wanted to make a real difference in the world. In 2008, Lauren enrolled at Mercer University's Walter F. George School of Law in Macon, Georgia. She didn't just want to be a lawyer, she wanted to be a public defender. She wanted to fight for people who couldn't fight for themselves. The wrongfully accused, the forgotten. By June 2011, Lauren had just graduated. She'd taken the Georgia bar exam, and she had her whole future mapped out. She was set to teach English in Prague, Czech Republic, starting in August. Europe. Adventure. Everything was falling into place. Lauren lived in an apartment complex called Barristers Hall on Georgia Avenue, right across from Mercer Law School. It was popular with law students. Convenient, quiet, safe. Her apartment was Unit 2, second floor. She had friends, a boyfriend, David Van Diver, an Atlanta-based lawyer 20 years her senior, an ex-boyfriend, Joe, who was now dating one of her friends, a tight circle of classmates who'd spent 3 years together grinding through law school. Life was good. Friday night, June 24th, 2011. Lauren goes out with friends to celebrate. They hit up a local bar, one last hurrah before everyone buckles down to study for the bar exam. The next morning, Saturday, June 25th, she heads home. But Lauren had started to notice something strange. That afternoon, Lauren emails her boyfriend David, who's away on a golf trip in California. The email starts off sweet. She's talking about their relationship, her excitement about Prague, normal couple stuff. Then she told David that she has a weird feeling like someone's been watching her. David told her it's probably just Macon hoodlums. But they didn't know that it'll be someone she sees almost every day. Saturday night, June 25th, 2011. Lauren was in her apartment. She's settling in for the night. She doesn't know is that someone is watching her. Not from inside the apartment complex, from outside. Someone has taken a video camera, duct-taped it to the end of a long wooden pole, and is holding it up high enough to see through her second-floor window, filming her, studying her, making sure she's alone. And then, that person waits. Waits for the lights to go out. Waits for Lauren to fall asleep. Waits for the perfect moment. It's 4:30 in the morning. Sunday, June 26th, 2011. Lauren is asleep in her bed. Someone quietly unlocks her apartment door using a stolen master key. He step inside, wearing a mask and gloves. He move through her living room, past her kitchen, into her bedroom, and he stand there, just watching her breathe. Then the mattress creaks. Lauren wakes up. She sees a masked figure standing over her in the dark. She screams, but he didn't leave. He lunges at her, grabbing her throat with both hands. Lauren fights back. She's strong, athletic, a fighter, but the attacker is on top of her, squeezing harder and harder. She removed his mask and recognized him who he was. She claws at him, tries to get away, but he won't let go. Lauren Giddings is dead. Then he walks out of the apartment like nothing happened. June 26th passes. Then the 27th, the 28th. Lauren's phone was ringing in her apartment. Texts pile up. Calls go to voicemail. Her friends start to worry. Caitlin starts calling Lauren's friends. None of them have heard from her. Caitlin checks her own phone. Unanswered texts. Calls that went straight to voicemail. She immediately calls the Macon Police Department. I need to report my sister missing. Thursday morning, June 30th, 2011. Caitlin's father, Billy Giddings, has driven through the night from Maryland to Macon. He's exhausted, terrified, and desperate for answers. Meanwhile, Lauren's friends gather outside Barristers Hall. They're going to search her apartment themselves. One of them, Ashley Morehouse, knows where Lauren keeps a spare key. She unlocks the door to Unit 2. They step inside. The apartment is eerily normal. Lauren's purse is on the table, her keys, her iPad, her phone, her car is in the parking lot outside. Books are neatly stacked. No signs of a struggle in the living room or bedroom. But when they check the bathroom, something feels off. It's not neat like the rest of the apartment. There's a strange smell, a feeling of wrongness. Police arrive to conduct a welfare check. Crime scene investigator Steve Gatlin starts processing the apartment. He sprays luminol, a chemical that detects blood, in the bathroom, and the entire room lights up like a Christmas tree. It was like a light switch, Gatlin later tells Dateline. The whole bathroom glowed. The whole tub, all the way up to almost 2 inches from the top, had the same glow. Blood everywhere. Gatlin steps outside to continue searching. The wind shifts, and he smells it. He follows the odor to the trash area outside the apartment complex. There are several large trash bins lined up. He opens one. Inside, wrapped in layers of black plastic trash bags, is a human torso. No head, no arms, no legs, just a torso. It's Lauren Giddings. While police are processing the scene, local news crews arrive. Law school graduate missing, human remains found. It's all over Macon. Reporters are interviewing anyone who'll talk, friends, neighbors, classmates, and one person in particular seems very eager to talk to the cameras. The reporter asks him if he knew Lauren Giddings.
That was living there?
Yeah, Lauren was my neighbor. We're just trying to find out where she is at this point. I mean, no one has seen her since Saturday. I mean, the last time anyone heard from her was an email that she sent out, and no one's heard from her since.
And did you see her hang out with anyone at the time or anything like that?
I mean, no one has seen her since Saturday. I haven't seen anything. I mean, I've always heard noise outside, but it's just people walking by pretty much. I mean, she's as nice as can be. I mean, very personable, very much a people person.
Do you know any enemies she might have had, somebody that might want to hurt her?
No, I mean, we don't know where she is. I mean, the only thing we can think is that maybe she went out running and someone snatched her. Because I mean, we went over. One of her friends had a key. We went inside and tried to see if there was anything amiss. But I mean, she had a door jamb that was sitting right by it, so there was no sign that anyone broke in. I mean, the door was locked when everyone got here.
What about in the parking lot area? I know they've been doing a lot of. I think that's where they have recovered the body or whatever they recovered from there.
Body?
Had you seen anything there? Had you seen anything there? I mean, we don't know if this is the same person. You know what I mean? Like, they took out a body there earlier. We don't know if it's the same person or not. So that's why we're trying to ask people if they know who lived there. Are you okay, sir?
I think I must sit down.
Okay. No, they haven't confirmed, at least not with us, that it was Lauren that they found. Are you holding out any hope right now?
I hope, but...
You hadn't heard anything about the body until you were talking to us?
No. As far as they were still trying to just find her. Joey got onto her computer last night to see if she'd sent anything. She'd sent an email out to some people. There was an email that she sent out after 10 that night where she sent to, I think it was someone in Atlanta, a friend of hers in Atlanta. She was afraid in her apartment that she thought someone had tried to break in on Thursday night, and she was afraid to stay in there. But
where did you hear that from Joe?
No, he pulled it up and we read it off the screen.
I hadn't heard anything on Thursday night.
No.
She never came to you to tell you anything?
No, I mean, she was afraid in her apartment, then, get her out of there.
Later that same day, police bring the neighbor in for questioning. He comes voluntarily. He's cooperative, concerned. His name is Stephen McDaniel. He's 25 years old, also a recent Mercer Law graduate, also took the bar exam. He lives in Unit 4, same floor as Lauren, just down the hall. Detectives ask him about his relationship with Lauren.
All right. I just got to ask you a few questions. Okay. You came down earlier tonight, me and you talked, all right. You don't have any weapons on you, do you? No. That's just you are. What's wrong? You know Detective Patterson, right?
Yes.
Do you remember? Put your hands up here. You remember us talking? I need to know about this girl right here. You know her?
Yes.
Who is that?
Lauren Giddings.
Does she live next door to you?
Yes.
Okay. Look at me and talk to me, son. Okay? Was you friends with her?
Yes.
I'm asking you for help. I need your help. Can you help me?
I don't know.
You don't know if you can help me?
Yes.
I need your help. Help me out. Tell me what to do.
They ask if they can search his apartment. Stephen hesitates. It's the lawyer in me, he says. I'm always protective of my space. Red flag number 1. Eventually, he agrees to let one detective walk through, but only if Stephen is there too. The detective does a quick sweep, doesn't find anything obvious, but he makes mental notes. Meanwhile, Stephen is still at the police station being questioned. The interrogation lasts over 12 hours, and it's bizarre. Stephen answers almost every question. Yes, no, I don't know.
Do you even care that no one can find her? I mean, I don't know, do you?
Yes.
Well, you know there was a body found in the trash can next to the apartments.
Yes.
And it's a female, white female's body, right next to y'all's apartment. We don't know 100% sure it's Lauren, but we're pretty confident it is. I mean, who would do something to somebody and throw them in a trash can?
I don't know.
And you know why we've been working all day trying to find Lauren, right?
Yes.
Because her family wants to know where she's at.
Yes.
And I don't know what to tell her family. So I'm asking you, what do I need to tell her family?
I don't know.
It's all on you, brother. What do you want me to tell her family? Huh?
I don't know.
Well, I need to know.
While Stephen is in that interrogation room, detectives go back to his apartment with a proper search warrant, and what they find is a smoking gun. Actually, multiple smoking guns. First, a master key to the apartment complex, the kind that opens every unit, including Lauren's. When they ask Stephen about it, he admits something shocking. He's been using that key to break into neighbors' apartments. Specifically, he broke into 2 different apartments and stole condoms from them. Stephen claims he's a virgin, saving himself for marriage. So why does he need condoms? His story doesn't make sense. But that contradiction, that one slip-up, gives police the legal justification to arrest him on burglary charges while they build their murder case. Second, in the shared laundry room on the first floor, investigators find a hacksaw hidden in a maintenance closet. It's been rinsed off, but not well enough. There's still blood on both ends of the blade. The blood is tested. It's Lauren's. The hacksaw matches packaging found in Stephen's apartment. Same brand, same size. Third, back in Stephen's apartment, investigators find Lauren's underwear, green and white, with her DNA on it, hidden in his dresser drawer. Fourth, they find flash drives and memory cards containing disturbing content.
Macon police say a K-9 unit from Dooley County has volunteered to help in the search for the remains of murdered Mercer grad Lauren Giddings. Macon police are following several leads in the case, but so far have no official suspects. Giddings' neighbor, 25-year-old Stephen McDaniel, remains in jail tonight on unrelated burglary charges. Police continue to gather statements from students and neighbors in what they're calling a detailed, painstaking process.
His internet search history reveals obsessive searches for Lauren Giddings' social media profiles, violent, sadistic pornography involving torture and dismemberment, child sexual exploitation images. So disturbing he's later charged with 30 counts of child pornography. Searches on how to defeat door-jamming burglar bars, conducted just hours before Lauren's murder. Research on how to molest sleeping girl. Fifth, on one of Stephen's memory cards, investigators find video footage he recorded on June 24, 2011, just 2 days before Lauren's murder. District Attorney David Cook later says, "We found deleted video he had used to survey her home. He had took a wooden pole and had duct taped or somehow fixed that camera to the end of the pole and then held the pole up really high to peek inside her window." Stephen McDaniel had been stalking Lauren Giddings for months, possibly years. As investigators dig deeper into Stephen McDaniel's life, a disturbing picture emerges. His classmates describe him as weird, off-putting, someone you just didn't want to be around. He had poor hygiene, admitted to wearing the same underwear for multiple days in a row, grew his fingernails out long, sometimes wore chainmail, rarely showered. He was obsessed with violent content, serial killers, murder, dismemberment, and he'd been rejected by Lauren. Multiple times. Over the 3 years they'd lived in the same apartment complex, Stephen had asked Lauren out repeatedly. Every single time she said no. She had a boyfriend. And even if she didn't, Lauren wasn't interested. She thought Stephen was creepy, but Stephen couldn't handle rejection. And when he found out Lauren was moving to Prague in August, when he realized he was about to lose access to her forever, he made a decision. If he couldn't have her, no one would. On July 2nd, 2011, just 2 days after Lauren's torso was found, Stephen McDaniel is arrested on burglary charges. On August 2nd, 2011, he's formally charged with first-degree murder. There's no way he's walking away from this. So they start negotiating a plea deal. In April 2014, nearly 3 years after Lauren's murder, Stephen McDaniel pleads guilty to malice murder. As part of the plea deal, he has to provide a written confession detailing exactly what he did. and he does.
Stephen, how are you, buddy?
All right.
May I ask you more questions?
I have nothing to say without my attorney.
You don't want to hear what we have?
Yeah.
All right.
I want my attorney.
In his statement, Stephen admits he used a stolen master key to enter Lauren's apartment at 4:30 a.m. on Sunday, June 26, 2011. He wore a mask and gloves. He watched her sleep. When she woke up and yelled at him to leave, he strangled her with his bare hands. He dragged her body into the bathroom and left it in the bathtub. The next night, June 27th, he returned with a hacksaw and dismembered her body in the bathtub. He disposed of most of her remains in a dumpster at Mercer Law School, which was picked up by a trash truck and taken to a landfill. He threw her torso in a trash can outside the apartment complex. Lauren's head, arms and legs have never been found. They're somewhere in a Georgia landfill, gone forever. In exchange for the confession and guilty plea, the death penalty is taken off the table. Stephen McDaniel is sentenced to life in prison with the possibility of parole. He'll be eligible for parole in 2041 when he's 56 years old. The additional charges, burglary and 30 counts of child sexual exploitation, are dismissed as part of the deal.
The case building against Stephen McDaniel in the murder of his neighbor Lauren Giddings is getting stronger.
Today, a grand jury announced there's enough evidence to prepare for trial.
1 count of murder and 30 counts of sexual exploitation of children. Those are the heavy charges stacked against McDaniel, who's been in jail since July 1st on unrelated burglary charges. More than 20 grand jurors heard from the district attorney's office this morning before deciding there's enough evidence to let this case go to trial. This indictment says evidence shown today leads the grand jury to believe Stephen McDaniel did kill, murder, and cause the death of Lauren Giddings, a human being, by inflicting bodily harm in a manner unknown to the grand jury at this time, including decapitation of said victim. Since the grand jury has decided there is enough probable cause in this case, the next step is arraignment. That's when McDaniel will enter his plea, and according to his attorney, Floyd Buford, it'll be not guilty.
April 21st, 2014. The sentencing hearing. Lauren's parents, Karen and Billy Giddings, are there. So is her sister, Caitlin. Friends, loved ones, all there to see justice served. District Attorney David Cook reads the facts of the case aloud in court. The hacksaw, the DNA, the videos, the internet searches, the confession. Then it's time for victim impact statements. Lauren's parents read a statement that destroys everyone in the courtroom. He tried to extinguish Lauren's light with his darkness.
The Bibb County District Attorney's Office announced it plans to seek the death penalty against Stephen McDaniel.
He did not come close. A friend of Lauren's reads her own statement looking directly at Stephen McDaniel. "You are the devil." Stephen sits there, emotionless, silent. He submits a written statement to the judge but declines to speak aloud in court. In that written statement, Stephen writes that he does not deserve forgiveness. Judge Howard Sims, clearly disgusted, tells Stephen McDaniel that his crime was truly evil. He's sentenced to life in prison, led out of the courtroom in shackles. That's the last time the public sees him in person.
Now, things really didn't pick up until later in the afternoon as McDaniel began questioning his former attorney, Floyd Buford. And McDaniel decided to waive his attorney-client privilege, meaning that Buford had the ability to speak freely regarding his discussions with Stephen McDaniel.
Up until the last couple of weeks of your case, I was strongly in your corner. The graphic, specific, detailed confession, which we were shocked about in jail, and then combine that with the searches on the internet, the fact that you had done searches about having sex with dead people, things of that nature. All of that combined to a heavy evidentiary problem in your case. On top of that, you possess the most horrific child pornographic photos I've ever seen.
Now, in McDaniel's habeas, he claims that Floyd Buford, Frank Hoke, and the rest of his defense team failed to represent him effectively. Here's what Buford had to say today about that.
Started off facing the death penalty. He ended up with life, possibly with parole. You could get out when they see you.
People always ask, why did he do it? District Attorney David Cook has a theory. It was an obsession for him. His dream was to commit murder and to get away with it. Stephen McDaniel didn't just want to kill Lauren Giddings. He wanted to commit the perfect murder. He wanted to prove he was smarter than everyone else. He thought he could get away with it.
For nearly 3 years, two huge unanswered questions hung over the death of Lauren Giddings. What happened the night she died, and what happened to the rest of her body, since only her torso was found after the murder. Today, Stephen McDaniel spelled out the answers to those questions in chilling detail. As part of his plea deal with prosecutors, McDaniel agreed to write an allocution, a document detailing what he did and how.
Stephen McDaniel is a psychopath who cowardly allowed darkness and evil to consume him. He should never be permitted to prowl the streets of this world again.
That is the voice of Karen Giddings, the mother of Lauren Giddings, the Mercer law grad who was killed almost 3 years ago.
Today, Stephen McDaniel entered a guilty plea to the murder of Lauren Giddings. His guilty plea provides finality to this case and assures justice that cannot be undone. Because of this guilty plea, Stephen McDaniel will never again be able to deny that he and he alone is responsible for Lauren Giddings' death.
Continue to get new glimpses into the psyche of Stephen McDaniel. In a neatly handwritten 2-page document filled with small lettering, Stephen McDaniel outlines his experiences with Macon police. He complains that police yelled at him and intimidated him in an interrogation room for hours during the early stages of the investigation, and wouldn't even let him go to the restroom without permission. McDaniel details being so upset he suffered a seizure and required medical help, but was only told that the EMT could look at him if he'd allow police to search his apartment. He says even after they got into his apartment, police never gave him medical care.
Lauren's family had to bury an incomplete body. Parts of their daughter are still missing, somewhere in a Georgia landfill. Stephen McDaniel refused to tell investigators where the rest of her remains are. He's currently serving his sentence at Hancock State Prison in Georgia. He'll likely die there. Lauren Giddings was 27 years old. She was brilliant, kind, and full of promise. She deserved so much better. Rest in peace, Lauren.